When did you start looking into some of these conspiracy theories? When did you start questioning some of these world events?
Well, as a comic, I've always been like that because you're always looking at what is versus how people are acting. Like even just the most basic jokes are just what is versus how are people acting. But like the big ones was after the trans kid thing, because that's when I lost trust. You know, it's kind of like if you're dating someone and then there's a big trust issue and then everything's different after that. It was like that. And that's when I started. And I used to have a physics podcast at Caltech, and I was all about, the science and all that. And then,
wow, that's a big change up.
Yeah, no, I love actual science. I love the scientific method. I love physics, but once I started seeing what's capable and like what social engineering is and all that, that's when I started questioning.
Yeah, a lot of science, like these scientific studies, seem to be compromised too these days.
100%. I did a sketch once about a scientific study of who sleeps more between me and my wife after the kid.
Yeah.
And so and the whole sketch was about, I get my scientist to prove it's me. I'll send it to you after the stream, but it's 100% that's what it is.
I mean, you look at who's funding it, right?
Dude, imagine if I just gave you like $1 million and I'm like, own a company that makes the thing I'm telling you to study.
Right.
It's usually not super direct because that's just like criminal fraud, but it's almost like the grants at university.